NGO AROHA and HCL Foundation present video tutorial in school uniform stitching. In this video, we will learn how to stitch full pant for male school students. This garment is widely worn by school-going boys as their school uniform all over the world. Full pant can be broadly classified into two parts, namely the front and back. The front part consists of two full-length legs, a zip mount, zip cover and waist belt, which has buckle and hook from the inside and belt loops on the outside. Full pant has two pockets on each sides which have pocket cloth on the inside and pocket opening. The back consists of two full-length legs and waist belt, which has elastic inside and a belt loop on the outside. We first take a look at the reference garment, identical to what we are going to stitch. Now for the template, we measure each part of the full pant and mark its measurements on a brown paper and cut them in the shape. Similarly, cut down paper patterns for all the parts. Now we start cutting the cloth for the garment. Prick pins on the template to avoid movement. For the front part, we place the front template on the cloth and trace the outline. After this, mark stitching margins. Now cut alongside the outer outline carefully and give slit cuts. Similarly, cut all the parts of the garment, leaving along the stitching margins and slit cuts as shown in the chart. This is how they look. The front leg cutouts, the back leg cutouts, pockets, inner pocket extensions, the zip mount, the zip cover, the belt strips, the belt loop, canvas strip, elastic, buckles and hooks, and zip. Now for the stitching part, match the curved ends of the back parts and stitch them together along the stitching margin. Now open the cloth and fold the top of the waist of back, a few inches inwards and stitch along the fold. Now fold the waist inwards alongside the slit cut. Open the fold and place the elastic on one end of the back and mark the length of the elastic, half the length of the back waist. Now place the elastic along the slit cut and lock stitch the elastic with the garment. Turn the garment and stitch the open ends of the waist together. Now pull the elastic out of the stitched waist till the center mark and stitch it with the open end of the waist. Now stretch the waist elastic and give 4 to 5 parallel stitches as shown in the visuals. This is to lock stitch the elastic within the waist. Cut away the remaining elastic. Back part is now ready. For the belt loops, fold the strip as shown in the visual and stitch it twice across the length. Likewise, we stitch 3 belt loops in total. Now, place inner pocket extension parallel to a pocket cutout. Fold the diagonal and bottom of pocket extension inwards and stitch along the borders as shown. Now turn the pocket over and place the front of the pant matching the slit cuts as shown. Fold few inches of corner inwards and stitch along the fold. Open the garment and fold the extra cloth inwards to give it a finishing stitch. Fold the pocket cloth as shown in the visual and stitch along the curved border. Match the open ends of the pocket and front leg and stitch them together, leaving the pocket opening open. Fold through the slit cuts to form pleat and stitch the entire waist length together. Likewise, repeat the process for other leg. Stitch the pocket extension. Place pant, fold corners and stitch the extra cloth. Stitch the pocket together. Form pleat and stitch. Now fold the zip mount as shown in the visual and stitch across the length. Place the zip on the zip mount and stitch the right length of the zip on it. Place the zip opening of the right leg on the same side and stitch it together. Unfold the zip mount and give it a finishing stitch. Now fold the curved length of the zip cover few centimeters inwards to give it a finishing stitch. Place it inverted on the zip opening of the left leg and stitch it together. Unfold the zip cover and give it a finishing stitch. Stitch the remaining curved ends of both the legs together. Lock stitch the bottom ends of the zip mount and zip cover together. Stitch the left zip opening inverted on the zip cover. Give it a finishing stitch. Stitch the open end of the zip mount with the leg. Now stitch one loop on inverted on each leg as shown in the visual. For the belt, fix 2 canvas strips on hook strip and buckle strip respectively by ironing them over. Likewise, fix a small canvas square on one astar lining strip which will mount the hook. Now place one belt strip on each front of the leg and stitch them to the legs along the edges of canvas strip, as shown in the visual. Unfold the belt strips and stitch the top ends of the belt loop with the top edge of the belt. Invert the pant and stitch top edges of the astar linings with top edges of the belts. Mount the hook on the astar lining, which has a small canvas fixed. Likewise, mount the buckle on the belt of the other leg. Unfold the astar linings and give them a finishing stitch. Now place the back inverted over the front. Sandwich the belt of the back between belt and inverted astar and stitch along the entire outer length of the leg. Likewise, repeat the process for the outer length of the other leg. Now invert the cloth, fold the open astar ends on all sides and stitch them together with the edges of the belt. Give finishing stitch to the entire outer length of the legs. Now match the inner length of both the legs together and stitch them along the stitching margins. Invert the pant and fold the bottom ends of the legs inwards. Stitch them through the circumference. Repeat the process for the second leg. Stitch last belt loop at the center of the back as shown in the visual. Full pant is now ready. This garment is widely worn by male students as a school uniform. And now you should be able to make one yourself by following as shown in our tutorial. You can refer to this chart for measurements across all sizes. For more information, you can reach out to us through any of these mediums. Tell us how you found this tutorial in our comment section. Like it if you found it useful and subscribe to our YouTube channel, NGO AROHA, to be notified about upcoming videos.